Yes.
Okay, great. So if you look at slide, I don't know which slide is it. However, you can see here you can see this risk analysis. There's like three methods, right? Direct methods, indirect methods, and within indirect methods, you have risk adjusted discount rate and certainty equivalence. And how you can calculate certainty equivalence, because you have, if you go down here, see, you have this exercise, certainty equivalence example. So this exercise is very similar to my exercise. Like basically it is the same exercise, but my exercise has different number. But a part of that, the exercise is the same. So here you have solution how to calculate it.
Okay, sorry, my bad. I didn't look into the presentation for this one.
Yes. So my suggestion is, if you start with any topic, go through the lecture first, then open seminars, and then try to calculate exercise in seminar, because not lots of, but some of examples, some of exercises from the lecture, from the seminars, are based on calculation from lecture. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I watched like for this lecture also, but this exercise they are not like same, so it's little different.
No, it shouldn't be different, because when I created these exercises, I did the same thing based on based on lecture presentation. What Professor Hardy has his in his presentation, so I took it and created my exercises. So it should be the same. See, if you look at this exercise, and if you look at my exercise, it is the same.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I did realize that it's the same exercise, and I did calculate it. The only problem is that I never knew if my calculation was correct because I didn't know the answer. So for me, it's only about just knowing the answer at the end.
Yeah, you have answers here. So if you are able,
seminar questions. So if you could just send the seminar questions after the homework, it would be great.
okay, great. Okay, yeah. Okay, I will find, because like previously I never, I never have the answer. Like I calculate the answers once, and then normally, when I have seminar students, or I calculate it on the board, right? So yeah, I will find my answer somewhere. Okay, then okay, never mind. So I will, after the deadline, I will send you my answers. Okay. But for the first exercise in seminar, it is the same exercise as in the lecture. Okay, thanks. So okay, so when we are talking about project risk, so the first exercise should be covered, right? It should be easy one. And how to calculate certainty equivalent, you can use NPV. Yeah, and for NPV you have this formula here. Okay, so for the second exercise is to calculate sensitivity analysis. Sensitivity analysis, you have the similar exercise in the lecture as well. So if you go through the lecture, you will be able to calculate my exercise. Okay. Okay, great. Hopefully you can see my screen. So it's like so
Mr. Fang,
yes.
As for the midterm and final, as I suppose we are not going to have the test until the end of the quarantine, right? When
We don't
is
know
going
yet.
to happen?
Yeah, because like we were thinking about postpone the midterm test until quarantine is over, but now we think that quarantine will be, the quarantine will not be over soon. So the midterm test and final test might be online as well. So most probably midterm test and final test will be online. So I will have to create in Office documents the tests for you. That's like the most probable scenario for us.
And what's the time frame for this? When it's going to be? Like the same as exam period or earlier, later?
I have no idea now. Sorry for that, but no one decided yet. So like the university are still like still thinking about which approach to take, and I will let you soon know what is the situation. But right now no one knows, or at least I don't know. I don't know about the other subjects. For you guys, did you have like do you know how to when and how you will take your final exam for other subjects, for example for accounting or this kind of subjects?
One teacher says that it's not accounting, it's international economics, I guess. She was saying that we're most probably going to write a test at the school because she hopes that it's going to be over, but nobody says like precise information.
Yeah, exactly. Some people say, or some teachers say that it will be in normal way. So you guys go to the school and we will have exam there. But like I got emails from dean's office, and they say that like probably it will not going to happen, but no one knows for that for now. Yeah. But for midterm test, I think we will wait until the middle of April. And if if the situation will be the same as now, you will have like a online test for midterm. But for final test, it will be hopefully it will be at the university. But let's see and wait. I mean, let's wait and see. Okay. So for project risk analysis, the first two exercises should be easy, like to calculate certainty equivalent and to calculate sensitivity analysis. So these two exercises, the way how it can be calculated, you have in the lecture. So it should be easy. And for the third exercise, you should be able to calculate decision tree, right? Decision tree is kind of easy. It is also in the lecture. So Professor Hardy explained in one exercise how decision tree can be calculated. So it should be easy as well. And then you have two assignment questions from the seminar: describe Monte Carlo simulation and describe the sensitivity analysis. It's like open-ended questions, so you can you can Google, you can study the theory and answer these two questions. Yes. Any questions for project risk analysis? And yeah, Valera is asking, so we should be counting with middle of April either way then. Yeah, I think you should be ready for midterm tests somewhere in April, mid of April.
Mr. Pham?
Yes.
Do you prefer homework be done by hand and sent as a photo or like in a Word or Excel?
So I didn't hear you at all.
Do you hear me now?
Yes, now I can hear you. Before I couldn't hear you.
Do you prefer homework to be done by hand and sent as a photo or done in the Word, Office, or Excel?
Okay, good point. To be honest, I don't mind. I don't care if you send me by if you send me your homework in Excel or in other way. Like I will accept them if you send them the through Insys. So like the optimal way is to upload your homeworks in Insys. But if for any reason you cannot upload into Insys, you can send me an email and I will accept them. And if you do it by Excel or if you handwrite it and then take a screenshot and send it to me, I don't mind. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so does anyone has any problem with uploading homeworks in Insys? Okay, great. So yeah, everyone know how to do it. So because the main reason why I want you to submit it, into Insys is that you can track who did homework and who didn't. Right? If you send me email, I have to go through it again. But if you upload it into Insys, it will be easy for everyone. For me, for Professor Hardy, and for for everyone else. So please try to submit it in Insys. And questions, and yeah, someone is asking, who is asking that? Dimitri is asking, how the test will look like. The test will consist of three exercises and one open-ended question. So yeah, there will be three exercises from the first 6 seminars and lectures. Right. So everything until financial analysis, I guess. And then one open-ended question. For example, explain what is sensitivity analysis or something like that. So it should be like easy. And due to COVID-19, I know that it is difficult for you to study like online and studying by yourself. That's why the exercises will be like easier than expected, and I will try to give you as much points as possible. So it's not about giving you hard time, and I don't care about points. I can give you like all maximum points. I don't really care. But what I want to achieve is that you will understand, you will know some basics about corporate finance. That's my goal.
Mr. Pham, can I have a suggestion towards our online test, please? Like
Yes.
just a quick comment, because I just had online midterm test in another subject, and the teacher who was doing the test, she didn't count, like she wanted us to convert the document that we were doing from Word to PDF and then upload it to system, which depends on the computer, up to 5 minutes sometimes, because computers freeze and stuff like this happen. So when you're doing the test, is it gonna to be in INSYS system, like, or it's gonna be some different form? Because this teacher, she made us download the file, work in a file, then convert it to some format like PDF, so it's not like changed within the time of submission, and then submit it. But the bad thing was that she only gave us 30 minutes for everything, for the test and for conversion of the file and technical things. So are we going to have the test in like this type, a bit weird, or in the INSYS system?
Yeah, it's a good point. Thanks for the question. Yeah, it's a very good point. I have no idea. I have no right answer right now because I have to think about it. What I wanted to do is open books test. It means that I will give you the exercises and open-ended questions, and you will and you have like 1 week to do it. It would be similar to homework, right? I think it would be a good approach, but I don't know. I have to talk to Professor Hardy about that. So it's one possibility: open books test, if it's possible. If not, I can create, because I can create the test online, because you have like online document, online, let's say Excel, something like that, right? Online document. So I can put answer. I can put questions there. For example, I can put exercise, and I can give you 4 options, 4 answers, and you have to pick one. For example, I can give you the example: how much is 1 + 1? And then you have 4 options. So 1 + 1 is 2, 3, 4, let's say 10, right? And you have to choose one option from it. So it's yeah, it would be another option. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it, because I hope that somewhere sometime in May we will start going to the university again. But if I have to do test online, I will try to do it like the most convenient way for you and for me.
I'm sorry. Do you deduct points for incorrect answers in the homeworks or not?
No, it would no, of course not, of course not. I'm not the evil. So no deduct more. If you send me homework, even though the homework is not correct, I will give you some points, okay?
Thank you.
And to be honest, like if you, because you can get 10 points from homeworks, right? 10 points from 100, so it's not too much. So yeah, so if I see like you guys send me, let's say 70 or 80% of your homeworks, and I will go through them, and if I see some minor mistakes, I will I don't care, I will give you points. So as I said, my point is to teach you something, so just to push you to learn something, and I don't care much about points.
Excuse me, can I ask? So the midterm test will be 3 exercises, 1 open-ended question from the first 6 seminars and presentations.
Exactly.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, great. So any other questions? because to be honest, you might find the homework confusing, but I'm assure you, if you go through lectures and you go through seminars and you learn the formulas, exercises will be very easy for you. But firstly, you have to go through lectures. It's not because when we have normal seminar at the university, I can explain lots of stuff. But if you have to do everything at home, you have to go through lectures first, right? Because if you don't have like a proper seminar, the lecture presentation will help you a lot. So please open the lecture presentations and go through them. Okay, so any other questions? So if I'm not mistaken, or maybe, sorry, someone sent me. So there's no exercises in lectures to be done and submitted, right? No. That's none. Because if you go through the exercises in the lecture, you will understand them and then you do your homework from seminars. So, and yeah, and all exercises in these seminars should be done as homeworks. And the main purpose why I created, this Teams group is that if you have questions, just don't send questions privately, because I'm not all day on Teams. So if you have any questions and you send them like through chat only to me, it will take some time to reply to you. But if you send to the group chat, not only to me, but to group chat, someone else can answer your question. So don't be shy, because if you think your question is dumb or whatever, and don't worry, like any questions are good. So if you don't understand anything, if you have doubts, you ask in group chat, and your colleagues or me, we can answer you. Okay, so I think it's like the most optimal way how to communicate is to ask questions in group chat, and I strongly believe that someone will answer your questions. Okay, and questions, guys. Would you prefer to have like not only seminar but also lecture online? I can talk to Professor Hordi and ask him to provide you the lecture. Would you be okay with that? Would you make time for that, or would you prefer only seminar, or would you prefer only lectures? Because to be honest,
in my opinion, yeah, sorry.
No, sorry, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, so in my opinion, like the lecture part is described in the slides in PowerPoint presentation, so that would be all right for me, only with the seminar part from your side as well. So that's only my point.
I was on mute. Okay then. So yeah, so let's have only seminar. So let's okay. Would you prefer seminar from 6 p.m. or from 4 p.m.? because as if I understand it well, you have others, you have other subjects, right? So shall we go for 4 p.m. or 6, or shall we, split it into 2 groups as usual, or what is your thought on that?
I have another class at 4 p.m., so I will prefer 6 p.m. one, as usual.
Okay. So, okay, you know what? Let's split it into 2. So we will do the as usual stuff, right? So we will start one group at 4, and if you cannot, or when you cannot join at 4, let's do it again at 6. Okay, I think it will be okay for me. Once a week, I can do it for you guys.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so from next week, we will have again 2 groups. Okay, you can join anytime you want to. You can join at 4. You can join at 6. Up to you. So because this is online, so it should be easy to join and go as as you wish. So yeah, so let's do it.
And for the next week homework, it will be different than just examples from the seminar presentation, right? If we have those seminars back.
Yeah, no, the homework will be the same. Either I will create different exercise, or we can take exercise from lectures and we can explain them like more closely. But the homework from seminars, it it stay the same. Okay, I will bring new new exercises.
Okay, so we will have the exercises from presentation as a homework, and you will give us different exercises at the seminar, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it will be like very similar exercises. I will change some numbers, but yeah, but you will have different exercises. I will bring different exercises to the seminars, and then you will do homework from my PowerPoint presentation.
Thank you very much for everything.
No, I thank you that you joined, guys. So what we are going to do next week? Let me check. So what did I send you? So project risk. So what shall we cover next week, to be honest? Long-term
For
financing,
the next
right?
homework, you mean? Yeah, and the next one is long financing homework till the 4th of April is stated in INSYS. And then it's the evaluation till 10th of April.
Okay, so next week we will do long-term finance. Let me check it again. Oh yeah, no. So next week we are going to do valuation, right? Yeah, because until the end of the week you have to submit long-term financing. So next week we are going to study valuation of stocks, valuation of bonds, and so on and so on. Am I correct?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, great. So we finished 7 seminars, right? We finished 7 seminars, and we need to continue with evaluation. Okay, so from next week we will do valuation of stocks. Okay, so can I ask you if you have like online seminars or online lectures from all other subjects? Oh, so you don't have online teaching only from corporate finance. Am I correct? Oh, okay. So in that case, I'm sorry for that. In that case, it is my mistake. I didn't, push myself to create online seminars because I didn't think it is necessary to have to have one. But yeah, but okay. From next week we will cover, we will cover valuation and financial analysis. So I think two of the most important we will cover it online. Okay. So do you have any questions for homeworks? Specific exercise, how to calculate what?